All right, Chief, I guess you've been seeing something that was a little bit unusual, now not so much out there on the streets. Tell me about this gun part.
Well, it's going to be a illegally modified Glock switches. And then we've started seeing more and more illegally modified, what they're calling key cards, which are inserts into the AR, which more or less turns your standard Glock or AR into a fully automatic machine gun.
Wow, and so, yeah, you recently picked one up off of a kid, right?
Yes, sir. And we're starting to see more and more and more of these turning up in East Texas. Just like everything else, you watch the news, you think it's a big city problem, but it's here in East Texas, it's prevalent, and we are seeing more and more as time goes on.
Yeah, I say a kid, but I guess this person was 17, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so.
But you know, as far as who we're seeing them on, they're younger adults. These weapons are all over the streets. They're prized possessions among the streets, among these teens, and in some cases even younger than teen kids that are getting these guns. They're getting them illegally. They're illegally modified, and they are very, very dangerous.
Now, you have an example of one here, and it, although I guess a lot of them were 3D printed, this one is metal, right?
Yes, it is metal. We've started seeing more and more metal showing up. Of course, with 3D printed, they're out there. They're easily made, and they're incredibly dangerous. But yes, they can manufacture them now where they're completely flush fit and they look like OEM gun parts.
Now, this is something, you can't get this off of Amazon.
No, you cannot. These are illegally modified. It is very much like the drug trade in some aspects. Instead of trading narcotics, we're trading, gun parts.
So, and this particular gun, or one like it, I guess, you guys went out and fired it, right?
Yeah, we have to test fire a lot of our weapons, and sure enough, it is a machine gun.
And then you're also telling me this particular example you have here is a 10 millimeter, right?
It is a 10 millimeter. What we've started seeing and learning is that 10 millimeters are very prized as far as these street gangs are concerned. These young folks have realized that 10 millimeters, they're significantly more powerful than a standard 9 millimeter, and they're very, very dangerous. I mean, you're talking about a vehicle that can defeat, or a weapon system that can defeat, car doors, soft body armor. They're just incredibly dangerous guns. I mean, essentially, people carry a 10 millimeter for bear defense. It doesn't belong on the streets.
So 1 millimeter makes a huge difference.
It makes a significant difference when we're talking about a handgun caliber.
Wow. So have you seen this kind of increase over the last few years?
We've seen it increase over the last few years, and in very much over the last 6 to 8 months, just a dramatic increase.
So, off the top of your head, do you know how many you've taken in the past year?
I don't.
Yeah, but
more and more.
Yeah.
More and more.
You laid your hands on one very quickly. So
yes.
Now, has this particular case gone to court yet?
It has not.
This one? Okay, no. Still waiting on that one. And so, did it surprise you to start seeing metal parts?
No, there's, it's just like anything else. It evolves. What starts out as a cheap piece of plastic that, you might put it in a Glock and it runs 1 or 2 magazines and then it breaks. I mean, over time, it's just before somebody realizes, hey, we can make this out of stronger plastic. Right? Now we can make it out of metal. Now we can have it engraved to look like OEM parts. And to a lot of trained cops, they're grabbing these and they're not realizing that what they're looking at is a machine gun.
Yeah, very subtle difference, I guess.
It is. It's a very subtle difference, and if you don't know what you're looking at, and that's where we're running into a lot of folks that have these guns, they may not know that they have an illegally modified gun.
Oh, well, that's interesting. Huh. Was this particular weapon stolen?
It was.
Yeah, okay.
Most all the weapons that we're recovering are stolen.
Okay.
They're stolen weapons, and then they're being illegally modified with Glock switches.
Wow. And I guess if you got to know how, fairly simple to do.
It is very simple.
Just a matter of taking the gun apart.
Yep. Just replacing 1 or 2 components, and what you've essentially done is taken well, for all intents and purposes, an illegal gun, because it is stolen. You shouldn't have it to begin with. You're grabbing it, and then you're illegally modifying it on top of that.
So have you arrested anybody that was actually manufacturing the part? Or was-
No, not locally.
Okay, okay, all right. Anything you'd like to add?
Just that, this is against the law, that if you are found with it, it is a violation, Chapter 46 of the Penal Code in the state of Texas for having it. It's third-degree felony. It's a prohibited weapon. But any case that we get, we're turning over to the ATF, and anybody caught with this not only could face state charges, but could also potentially face federal charges.
All right, thanks a lot, Chief.